We see a bloody hand pushing against the floor. A man struggles to stand, facing a massive figure in front of him. This figure exudes an ominous aura. Sharp wings, a massive sword, pointed ears and horns, clad in a noble uniform. Text appears. God is dead. Humanity worshipped gold and revered arcane engineering, until finally they turned themselves into slaves. The man grits his teeth, grasping his sword. "How is this fair?" he asks. The figure in front of him draws his massive aura sword. Again, he wonders, how does this make sense? And charges forward. As he screams with all his might, a massive flash erupts, an explosion erasing part of the city. Text appears. The best apocalyptic modern fantasy game, Arcane Soul. Cut to a man playing on his phone, screaming, "Fucking garbage pay-to-win game!" This is Jun Su, a 22-year-old college student. His character is getting wrecked in the game. How the hell is this fair? How is a poor F2P like me supposed to enjoy this game? His character lies on the ground, confused. The enemy, that same towering figure, speaks. "Lol, you did decent for an F2P, but sucks to be you. I was literally on auto mode the entire time." He laughs, a devilish smile on his face. His username appears, Rich Heavily Demon Chan. Joon-Soo screams in his head, "You fuck!" The other character adds, "But it was fun. I've never seen a free-to-play do so well." Jun-Soo mutters angrily, "How is it fair losing to a whale, even after spending 10,000 hours on this game? And how is this a game? It's literally gambling with OP characters." He sighs. "I guess I'm the idiot for wasting time on this dog-shit game." Despite his frustration, he continues his daily tasks in the game. "Even so, my free pull will probably just give me another Warrior Kim." Suddenly, he sees his phone glow. A platinum chest appears. Shocked, he reads the pop-up. SSR Heavenly Demon. What the fuck? Did I actually just pull the Heavenly Demon? Holy shit. This is the literal best character in the game. He's heard the odds of a free pull like this is something like 0.00006%. Excited, he shouts, "Let's go! I got Heavenly Demon, yo! Got it! For real, for real!" He decides to raise the Heavenly Demon using his Warrior Kims. Farming is the fastest way to level characters in Arcane Soul, using already raised characters as EXP fodder. No longer jealous of the whales, he begins transferring all his characters into the Heavenly Demon. Its EXP rises, and a grin spreads across his face. "I am a Heavenly Demon owner now." He steps into the street, phone in hand, but hears a noise. Confused, he looks right. A truck is barreling toward him. The driver's head is down. Joon-Soo drops his phone, thinking, "Isn't this familiar?" His eyes snap open. He's on a bed, wearing hospital clothing, a cast on his right leg. Pain strikes his head. "Oh, right, I got hit by a truck." A nurse enters, addressing him as Warrior Kim. Confused, he checks his name tag. Name, Warrior Kim. Sex/age M, 22. Cause, dislocation and concussion due to an accident. He mutters, "I did feel guilty about dusting my Warrior Kims for the Heavenly Demon, but becoming a Warrior Kim? How is that even possible?" He puts his foot down and screams in pain, forgetting about his broken leg. The nurse rushes in. "Warrior Kim, you can't move yet." He cries out, "Oh fuck, it hurts so much. I'm going to fucking die." The doctor enters. "You were lucky to get off lightly. Hit by a truck, yes, but we need MRI and magical vision tests." Magic? He wonders. What? Later, he stands at the hospital front desk as the nurse calculates the fees. 22,370,569 Kironwons. What? 4 days? 22 million? He has no insurance. Wait, I should have national health insurance being Korean. The nurse is confused. Do you not have Legion insurance? Magic Tower insurance? Legion, Megacorp, Magic Tower, Holy Order, he thinks. These are the 4 factions dominating Seoul, Arcane Soul. He now realizes, this is a world abandoned by God, with arcane science rampant, a polluted earth, monsters everywhere, and humans modifying their bodies to survive. Standing outside the hospital, he screams, "Fuck that! I just entered this hell. I went to sleep happy, got the heavenly demon, and now I'm a tutorial character? Maybe divine punishment for dusting those warrior Kims." He enters his room, smaller than his old apartment. Fuck. My body's weak. I have no money. What do I do? He knows Arcane Soul will unleash nuclear wars, dimensional rifts, or the revival of gods soon. Staying put means death. Determined, he sits up, clicks a pen, and stabs his hand, screaming. Blood spills, but a green aura enters the wound, healing it. I knew it would work. A screen appears. Traits obtained. Wound recovery. He realizes the reason he raised countless warrior Kims is that warrior Kim is a free tutorial character. Traits can now be unlocked and swapped freely. For a strategist like him, this is better than high-rarity characters. Scenery shifts. The tightly packed buildings on a hill. In this world, you die if poor, powerless, or unlucky. But not me. I have 10,000 hours of knowledge as a free-to-play player. He steps out of the inn, devilishly grinning. With Warrior Kim's body, I will succeed. We see a building with a sign that reads Player Personnel. A man with a cigarette in his mouth speaks. Warrior Kim. This is your first time at our Player Personnel office? Jun-Soo states that yes, he plans to join the mana purification business. He thinks to himself that he needs to earn money first. For a crappy gacha game like this, all he has is his damn body. This is the only way he can make big money. Suddenly, the man slams his feet on the table, leaning back in his office chair with his legs crossed. It may be called mana purification, but do you understand what dungeon clearing really entails? We see the nameplate on his desk. Player Personnel Director Jun-Soo. Jun-Soo looks down, scratching the back of his head nervously. Oh yes, I'm aware. The man laughs, wanting to clarify if Jun-Soo really does know, since nothing on his resume indicates it. Jun-Soo smiles and nervously thinks to himself, of course I know how the crappy system works. Cut to another scene. A stadium pours out black, ominous energy, contaminated mana. Monsters have taken over Arcane Soul. Dungeon clearing is the act of cleaning up this trash that emits massive amounts of contaminated mana. Extended exposure can result in death. We see a man shoveling the contaminated mana, veins bulging as he starts to mutate into a ravenous beast. Suddenly, an immense aura explodes from his body. This is the result of contaminated mana, causing dangerous mutations. Jun-Soo frowns. The man finally relents. All right, fine. Once we have enough people, I'll assign you to a team. Jun-Soo thanks him, but the man clarifies. Are you really sure you want to do this? I've seen plenty like you enter for the money and come back empty inside. Turning around, he smiles devilishly. Don't worry, I'll probably be better than you. Jun-Soo is confused. He thinks to himself that working his ass off as a free-to-play player is right up his alley. After all, as Warrior Kim, he has 10,000 hours of Arcane Soul playtime. Jun-Soo meets his labor leader, a man who is half deer, half human. What? You're the shitty newbie joining our team? Oh yeah, I guess so, Jun-Soo responds. He had just been assigned to this team. The man grabs his shirt angrily. Does this look like a playground? I need to see determination, and I don't see any in your eyes. Better not beg to be saved after you mutate. If I see even a hint of mutation, I'll kill you. Jun-Soo, expressionless, calmly says, I'll keep it in mind. He thinks to himself that trying to scare the newbie is just like in his reality. This world isn't different from real life after all. He wonders why there's an R-rank character deer here. Just then, another man comes running. There's no need for the deer to intimidate a newbie. We're short on personnel. We need all the help we can get. This man is half hedgehog, with 5 years of dungeon cleaning experience. The deer says, if he doesn't help, He'd be a nuisance to the whole team. He walks away. We have exactly 4 days to clean 5 contaminated locations. Hurry up. Jun-Soo thinks, that bastard's a lot harsher than in the game. The hedgehog adds, don't be too bothered. He's rough on the outside, but he's a nice guy. All right, okay, Jun-Soo says. The team prepares to enter a massive gate leaking black energy and sludge. A sign above reads, Metropolitan Number 1 Landfill. The people from the team complain. Something's rotten. I'll never get used to this rancid smell. The deer opens the door with his card. Everyone, get into your positions. Green slimes descend from the trash piles, the low-rank monster-contaminated slimes. They're weak, but difficult to kill. Their mana core, hidden inside, must be destroyed. The slimes approach. The deer screams, find their mana cores! Damn it! How are we supposed to find them? We'll be exposed to contaminated mana if this drags on. Jun-Soo runs toward the team under attack. One man screams for him to stay back. Jun-Soo leaps into the air with a shovel in hand. Landing on top of the man, he crushes the slime precisely on its core, missing the man. A massive explosion sends slime flying everywhere. Perfect. Why don't I get warmed up? Jun-Soo thinks, smiling. He sprints, attacking multiple slimes at once, expertly splitting their cores. The team, in confusion, whispers, what the hell? He's killing all the slimes in one strike. Unbelievable. Jun-Soo thinks, of course it's possible. Cut back 2 days ago. Jun-Soo crawls on the floor thinking, where is it? We see a playground. A child notices something strange, but the mother drags him away. Oh, I found it, Jun-Soo exclaims, finding a silver coin marked 500. A system window pops up. Traits acquired. You have obtained the trait Treasure Hunt. Yes, he shouts, the most important trait for Warrior Kim. Treasure Hunt. He dances, laughing. 50 won. I finally found 500 won. I finally did it. The mother covers her child's eyes. Oh my, hurry up and close your eyes before anything else happens. Before the contamination cleaning, Jun-Soo learned a couple of important rules while gathering traits. He vomits into a trash bin. A system window pops up. Trait acquired. Contamination resistance. He thinks, ugh, this is one of the hardest. Traits work the same as the game, as long as you meet certain conditions. I earned these with my blood, sweat, and tears. He notes, you can have 6 traits and switch freely between them. A system window pops up. Trait activated. Treasure Hunt. You can find your opponent's weakness. Thanks to this, I can see the mana cores with ease. Cut back to contamination clearing. He drives his shovel into a massive slime. The slime explodes, green sludge flying everywhere. The team quickly shields themselves. The deer warns, be careful not to get hit by the slime. Jun-Soo walks back, covered head to toe in slime, sighing with satisfaction. Looks like my hard work is paying off. Warrior Kim's labor specialty is amazing. A system window pops up. Trait activated. Contamination resistance. You gain resistance against contaminated mana. Night falls. Jun-Soo rides a bus home, thinking that even with traits, the work is exhausting. The hedgehog approaches. Thanks to you, we can all go home early. Jun-Soo looks up. It's nothing like that. I just know how to use a shovel thanks to my military experience. Jun-Soo looks at the hedgehog, noticing his mutation worsening, horns sprouting on his forehead. Jun-Soo tells him he should take a break tomorrow, but he responds, no, I'd rather mutate than face my debt collectors. Jun-Soo sighs, realizing why so few take this job. 4 days later, the sky clears. Jun-Soo surveys the cleared area. Phew, finally done. Everyone else looks exhausted, some holding their heads in pain, others vomiting. The hedgehog struggles more than before, making strange noises. Jun-Soo thinks, I told him not to push himself too hard. The deer approaches. Jun-Soo, you look ready to go. Must be your youth giving you resistance. Thanks to everyone, we got this cleared quickly, Jun-Soo says with a slight laugh. Inside, he knows it's the new traits that made the work feel easy. The deer, an R rank, also performed well, but he mutters, "Phew, I'm hella tired." The hedgehog worsens, growling, spikes protruding from all over his body. The deer rushes over. "Hedgehog, what's happening? Stay awake!" It's too late. A massive explosion of energy surges across the area. The hedgehog has mutated, a towering monster in front of Jun-Soo, teeth sharp, spikes protruding, sanity lost. Damn it! If we don't defeat him, we can't get out, Jun-Soo thinks. He looks at all his traits. All of them are specialized for monster cleaning, not combat. He mutters, "We are screwed." The hedgehog now towers over Jun-Soo. No matter how I look at this, I'm fucked, he thinks. Clenching his teeth and gripping his shovel tightly, he tries to block the hedgehog's attack, but fails and is sent flying backward. Jun-Soo screams in pain, realizing the power difference is too great and that he might die at this rate. At that moment, a system window pops up. Obtained endurance. You have obtained a trait. Jun-Soo is surprised. Traits? That's right, I have traits. It's still way too early to give up, he tells himself. To survive, he must figure out how to defeat the hedgehog. Firstly, he organizes his traits. Strength will amplify his power. Mana Heart helps him control his mana. Endurance reduces damage taken. Mana Absorption allows him to absorb mana. Deep Respiration grants higher mana regeneration. Corruption Resistance protects against contamination. With all the basics in place, he screams, "Come at me, you bastard!" The hedgehog charges with a roar. Jun-Soo activates strength, amplifying his power tenfold, and charges forward as well. He smacks the hedgehog with his shovel, sending it flying backward. Nice, it's working, he thinks. I can do this. But mid-air, the hedgehog spins like Sonic, regaining balance and lessening the blow from its fall. Shocked, Jun-Soo yells, "For fuck's sake!" As the hedgehog lands, debris flies everywhere, and it stands tall, enraged. Jun-Soo wastes no time. Leaping into the air, he activates endurance, amplifying his defense tenfold. Even with endurance, this still hurts like hell, he thinks. He lands a flurry of attacks with his fists, but the hedgehog's spikes bend harmlessly, leaving no real damage. Then the hedgehog shoots spikes at him, piercing his body and sending him flying. Lying on the ground, he mutters, "No, just a little more." He gets up and attacks again, but blood splatters as his arm is mangled and spikes pierce his body. Confused, he realizes the hedgehog has pointed all spikes forward, tearing him apart with every attack that Jun-Soo makes. The hedgehog grabs its fists and smashes down on him. I can't win with a warrior Kim, he thinks. Debris flies everywhere as the hedgehog strikes. Flashback. Jun-Soo lying on his bed, playing the game on his phone. Come at me, I'll defeat you all with just warrior Kim. Back then, it was easy. One click to hunt monsters. He never considered how the character would feel, pushing them to extremes under the guise of efficiency. Back to the present. Jun-Soo realizes that obtaining even a mediocre trait requires immense suffering. He catches the fists from the hedgehog. He then attacks the hedgehog again, aiming for its face, knocking it back. No way, he thinks. A system window pops up. Trait activated. Mutant muscle. This punch sends the hedgehog flying with more force than before. He had built up for this very moment by activating Mana Heart and Strength to surpass limits and gain this new trait. The hedgehog attacks again, but Jun-Soo is ready. Laughing, he taunts, "That does not work anymore. Hit me, I dare you." The hedgehog shifts its spikes to its fists, punching Jun-Soo and putting holes through his body. Shocked, he thinks, crazy, he wasn't even using full strength yet. Another system window pops up. Obtained, mutant body. Jun-Soo gets up saying, "Thanks, I've grown further thanks to you." Now on equal footing, he wrestles the hedgehog hand to hand. Now we're on the same level, he thinks. The deer captain lies groggy, staring up. What the hell is going on? He wonders. Seeing Jun-Soo with a massive mutant body, he exclaims, "Warrior Kim! What is he? A superhuman? He can fight on equal footing against a mutant." Jun-Soo and the hedgehog knock each other back. It's not easy, Jun-Soo thinks. His size is similar to the hedgehog, but he's still at a severe disadvantage. The mutant hedgehog roars viscerally. Jun-Soo deletes contamination resistance. I have to believe in myself, he thinks. His body begins to mutate, growing larger from the contamination from the hedgehog. Clutching his head in pain, he releases a massive roar, confusing the hedgehog. A mana circle forms above his head. He opens his mouth, releasing a blinding explosion of energy that blasts through the building. The captain, stunned, thinks, a monster? He became a mutant while fighting one. How is this even possible? Jun-Soo is now fully mutated. Massive teeth, huge muscles, red skin, and horns. A system window pops up. Trait, Mutant Warrior Kim. The deer captain screams internally, thinking, holy shit, what the hell is that? He thinks to himself, he needs to get out of here. But just then, Jun-Soo in his mutant body reaches down toward the deer captain. The captain closes his eyes, expecting to be crushed by the giant hand. But just then, the captain opens his eyes, wondering why he hasn't been squashed yet. But in that very moment, we see Jun-Soo return to his human body with a slight laugh. He walks toward the deer captain. The deer captain is confused and thinks, he's back to being human? Jun-Soo collapses onto the floor, saying that he did it. We see another system window pop up. Trait, Corruption Resistance, the last line of defense. If you're in possession of mutant form and mutant muscles, and you delete corruption resistance, you will get mutant. The common belief is that once you turn into a mutant, you cannot change back, but I knew otherwise. He thinks back to when he was in his mutant form. I knew to change the trait. I knew that I would be able to change the trait as long as I was able to think reasonably, even a little bit. That's how he was able to switch out mutant for corruption resistance. It felt like all of his bones and muscles were being moved around, and he never wants to go through anything like that again. However, at this moment, he pulls out an ominous purple orb from the hedgehog's mouth. A system window pops up. Obtained Level 1 Mana Core. Staring at this with a devilish smile, reminiscent of Lloyd Frontera's smile, Jun-Soo looks at this mana core and thinks to himself, this was all worth it. He got a Level 1 mana core. It's sure to be profitable doing this cleanup work. Just as he's dancing around, the deer captain from behind interrupts him, asking if he's all right. He's confused because he became a mutant and cannot understand what happened. Jun-Soo ponders how to answer this question, and he thinks to himself that it will be annoying if there are any strange rumors about him. What he does say is, well, I kind of just gambled on being able to turn back. He says that he was really lucky. The deer captain is baffled, wondering if it was really luck, because that was way too... And just as he's about to complete his sentence, Jun-Soo hands him a pile of Level 1 mana cores. Confused, the captain is left speechless. Jun-Soo, in his ragged state, with only ripped pants left on his body, states with a sigh that it's time to go back now because he needs some fresh air. Another member of the team cannot believe that Jun-Soo just gave them so many Level 0 mana cores. While walking away, Jun-Soo wonders and thinks to himself, surely since he's saved their lives and even gave them some mana cores, they'll surely keep my secret safe, right? But the captain is still suspicious. Cut to the player personnel building. The same man from before, the player director, has now completely changed his attitude toward Jun-Soo. Looking like a happy and harmless puppy, he speaks. I heard that you went through some hardship. That must have been terrible. Jun-Soo just smiles while holding a cup of coffee, saying that it was a bit of hard work at the end for sure. wondering why he is kissing his ass all of a sudden. The player director continues, saying, "Anyway, you should have told us if you're a superhuman. We would have given you proper work instead of cleanup work." Jun-Soo takes another sip while thinking, "Aha, he thinks I'm a superhuman." He thinks back to the game and the descriptions from Arcane Soul. A superhuman awakes an ability, allowing them to obtain powerful mana. In a world like this, where strength is power and authority, superhumans are basically nobles. Well, it makes sense that he'd think that since you'd need to be a superhuman to defeat mutants, although he was able to win thanks to his traits. The player director continues, saying that he should probably pay him for the cleanup. Jun-Soo says, "That would be nice," while thinking to himself, "I'll let him think I'm a superhuman for now." The director takes out a brown paper bag. The bag is filled with notes. "You cleaned up 5 regions, and we take 20% fees from the total of 15 million won. If we divide that up to how many people were in the group, I would be giving you 5 million, but we'll do it differently this time." He slams the money down onto the table. Jun-Soo, with a confused look on his face, wonders what's going on. The director states that they'll only take 5% fees from his share, and, on top of that, they would give him a bonus. Jun-Soo also slams his hands onto the table with a look of shock on his face. He screams, 12 million. Just as he stands there laughing, he thinks to himself, "It sure must be nice to be a superhuman." "Well," the director says, "we look forward to continuing to work with you." Jun-Soo, in his tracksuit, walks out of the player personnel office, humming and singing a tune, "La La La," and thinks to himself, now that he has all this money, how should he spend it? But just then he's interrupted by another person. The man says, "You look like you're in a good mood." This startles Jun-Soo, and he turns to the man. He says, "You must have gotten paid a lot." Jun-Soo says, "Ah, yes. Well, we finished the job." Jun-Soo thinks to himself that he's one of the people that he worked with last time. The man, scratching the back of his head looking awkward, tries to tell Jun-Soo the reason he's there. He actually wanted to ask Jun-Soo for a favor. A favor? The man continues, "Well, you see, my wife is actually sickly, so I was wondering if you could spare me some money. Sorry to ask you for this kind of favor when we only worked together once, but..." Jun-Soo frowns with a look of annoyance on his face. He thinks to himself that it's not a good idea to help others when you don't know them in this world. Who knows when they might stab me in the back? But the man bows and says desperately, "Please." Jun-Soo thinks that it's really hard enough to support himself, but he says out loud, "Oh man, don't do this. You're older than me too." The man grabs his hand with his head bowed. Jun-Soo says to the man, "Tough. It's not a lot, but you can use this." Jun-Soo feels too bad to just completely ignore him. He places another handful of level 0 mana cores into the man's hand, handing it to him with a smile on his face. In the next scene, we see the same man laughing hysterically with an evil smile on his face, holding the level 0 mana cores. He says, "What a dumbass. I just pretended to be the poor old dude and he just gave me all of this. Ha 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 ha." The deer captain is also there, along with the rest of the cleanup team. The deer wonders to himself, is he new to this type of stuff? The man holding the money continues and says, "I bet he would have given me more if I said my kid was sick too," and states that what's annoying, though, is that he was paid more than us. The player director gave us a rat's ass amount of money, along with that fake superhuman part of our shares too. The deer captain replies, "Ha, he's not even a superhuman. We better teach him a lesson." The other man asks if he has an idea on what they can do. The deer captain smiles and says, "Can't you tell? That silly little idiot must have some kind of strange ability." Just as they are talking, we see Jun-Soo snuggling up in his bed, all happy, thinking, "It feels good to be kind. I'm going to become a hero in this world at this rate." He is all giddy, not suspecting the man lied at all. Cut back the cleaning team. The deer captain says, "Since we know his secret, let's teach him a lesson." He smashes the mana cores in his hand. With a devilish smile on his face, he says, "How scary the world can be." I totally thought this guy was going to be a decent person, but clearly not. The next day, we see Jun-Soo laying on a massage table. With a happy and relaxed look on his face, he thinks, money sure is good. He never thought that he'd see the day where he could get a massage at a place like that. The in-game reality is actually better than his previous reality. The masseuse massaging his left arm massages with a lot of pressure on his sore and aching body. Ugh, he spent 3 whole days resting in that hotel and everything still hurts. From now on, he will have to think twice before using any mutant-related traits. Although changing traits isn't as easy and consequence-free as he had initially thought. His body changes depending on the traits, and the severity of the side effects increases the more his body changes. He thinks that the problem is that he will struggle to survive after limiting his trait usage. Just then, he notices something down below while looking out the window. Wait, aren't they the Iron Fist gang? Looking down, he sees a man in board shorts relaxing next to a pool, with dragon tattoos covering his arms and shoulders. Men in suits stand beside the man. Jun-Soo thinks that they are still going around with that air of arrogance. Arcane Soul is dominated by local gangs rather than by law, and it's only natural since there are too many monsters around and people have to depend on superhumans like him. He says out loud that he did manage to survive the first bit, but it would be very foolish to only depend on traits in such a dangerous place. Just then, his creepy smile returns, saying, "It all comes down to items, doesn't it?" In the afternoon, Jun-Soo wanders into a store for miscellaneous goods. A lady smiling asks if he's there to sell some stuff. "Ah, yes, I have some byproducts from monsters," he says. She looks down with a look of annoyance and says she's telling him in advance, but she does not want any low-level or zero-level mana cores, because they don't buy any of those. He looks at her and states that he is well aware, because what he'd like to sell is this. Just then, he pulls out the massive purple mana core, which he obtained from the hedgehog, saying that this is the one he'd like to sell. The lady's eyes light up, and she wears a look of shock on her face. She says, "Wow, this is a level 2 mana core." He handed it to her, saying, "Yup, take a look." He thinks that it feels really good to see her surprised, because while he was in his hotel room, he had to really grind to increase it to this size. He took an entire pile of level 0 mana cores and fused everything he had into making one large level 2 mana core. The prices on mana cores do differ depending on the level, so to sell it at the highest price, this is definitely the way to go. She pulls out a little bit of money, saying, "Here's the amount for the core, 4.77 million won. He happily accepts the money, and then asks if she has any weapons or armor to sell. She says, "Of course we do. Come this way." Just then, she leads him behind the counter, and he is shocked that there's another room in the store, thinking, "Wow, there seems to be everything here." All the basic items he used in the game are here, with a laugh. She tells him to take his time. Jun-Soo, with a weird smile on his face again, says, "Sure will. Time to get myself geared up." We see him walking out of the store with backpack and multiple big assault rifles on his back. He says to himself aloud, "Ha, now that I have weapons, it finally feels like I'm playing Arcane Soul." But just then, from behind, someone says, "Excuse me, by chance, are you a mercenary? I really need some help." But he gives an awkward smile, waving her off, stating that, "Oh, I am not, so you can go look for someone else." But just then, she pulls out a little stack of money, saying, "I am here on a business trip, but the Iron Fist gang scares me. Could you protect me on my way to my lodging?" He thinks, 500,000 won for a bodyguard? This feels like a daily quest. Maybe he should give it a try, since he is already geared up. Just then, he puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "I can't just ignore a lady in danger. Shall we go?" With a big smile on his face, this also makes the lady very happy. With a big smile on her face, she sincerely thanks Jun-Soo. She leads him a very far way. It is now raining and nighttime. She tells him, "We're almost there, this way." But he wanders inside thinking something is wrong. Why is she staying in such a shady place? Forget a single person, there isn't even an ant here. Around this corner, she says, running. Jun Su is now more hesitant as she walks down a very dark alley. She says again, "We're almost there. Come, quickly." He says, "Oh, it's too dark, so I can't really see anything." But just at that moment, a system window pops up. Trait obtained. Night vision. You have obtained a trait. Oh, now I can see. I didn't plan for this, but I got a trait. Just then, she points a gun at him. But she says, suddenly, "You're much more cautious than I expected." He thinks to himself, a gun? Who is this woman? Wait, is this a trap? And just then, from behind, we see the deer and the rest of the cleaning group approach. He says, "Where are you going, Junior? You're—" Just as Jun Su is about to speak, he gets interrupted. "Nice to see you again like this, don't you agree?" Jun Su asks, "What did I do to deserve this?" The deer laughs and says nothing. "You just seem dumb enough, really. There's no other reason, you gullible bastard." But at that moment, Jun Su sprints off, dropping his backpack with all his goods and running for his life. The deer says, "You scoundrel! You start a conversation and run away like that?" He tells the woman to shoot him, and she does. She shoots him in the back, and he falls down the stairs with blood spraying out. The deer says, "What the hell? You were supposed to shoot his legs, not his bloody torso." She states it's better than him getting away, but the deer isn't impressed because he thinks he might actually be dead. He had returned to human after becoming a mutant before. The lady that shot him says that she's sure that some mage would be willing to buy his dead body. But this highly annoys the deer captain because he thinks that they would have gotten more money if they had captured him alive. Another member of the cleaning team says, "Let's just loot his bag and equipment for now." The deer captain, annoyed, puts a hand on his head and states that he guesses it can't be helped. "So yeah, let's just do that first." Huh? Looking down again, seeing the pool of blood but no Joon-Soo, they are all shocked. Where did his body go? Just then, the light above them breaks, and a beam of energy comes from behind, smashing the head of one of the cleaners. What was that? It is now dark, and they cannot believe what has just happened. They have no idea how he's still alive. Jun-Soo, with his night vision, thinks to himself, "Damn right I am." We get a look at his active traits: strength, vigor, endurance, mana heart, night vision, mana recovery. He says to them, he can't die to someone who repays kindness with betrayal. Cut back to the store from earlier. We see Jun-Soo putting on a bulletproof vest. This is what Jun-Soo is thinking about right now. He is very glad that he equipped this item before leaving. Thanks to that, he obtained the trait that he needed. We see a system window pop up while Jun-Soo was lying on the ground. Obtained, playing dead. You have obtained a trait. The cleaners now seem to be worried. The deer captain, looking around, states that Jun-Soo had broken the streetlight and they can't see anything. Where the hell is he? And just then, Jun-Soo approaches from behind, asking, "You looking for me?" He says, "I saved your life, so I'm taking it now." He gives the deer captain an uppercut, calling him a son of a bitch.